Hi guys, welcome to my first video review of a watch which I decided to make for Archieluxury channel, or Archieluxury or Paul Pluta. Actually, I don't know where Archie is now publishing his videos, if to both channel, but I simply wanted to make some video reviews from time to time. I'm watching Arch on the Archieluxury channel. Last days or last month, Arch is really going bad, isn't it? So I decided to help this poor guy, maybe to give him some interesting content which really might be interesting for people who are into watches. So, and I basically don't want to start my own channel. I don't have so much thoughts and so much time working with that. So I will simply, when I will simply create some content, I will give it to Arch and he will publish, and people have some advantage of my thoughts and experience with the watches which I have. I have a couple of pieces, so I will go through them all during some time, and you will see all of them. Today I decided to go with the Zenith El Primero Synopsis. That is the first piece I want to review, because actually there is not that many reviews of this one on the internet. Honestly, I found only 3 of them, so maybe maybe an experience from the owner will be interesting for some people who are thinking about buying it and why to buy the etc. If you want to know something from my background, I'm an IT guy from Europe, from Slovakia. Yeah, surprising. Hey Arch, it's not me you were making business with, definitely not, but it was quite funny to see that you were making business with somebody from Slovakia. I was just thinking, how the hell did you get to that? Oh mine. But anyways, I'm from Slovakia, and as I mentioned, I'm an IT guy, so I'm making a little bit more money than the average people do, and that's the reason why I can afford some purchases for expensive watches. And those are still, these ones which I own are still not like deadly expensive, so but it's not something which average person would purchase. Okay, so getting to this piece, as I said, this is a Zenith El Primero Synopsis, and I know Arch is thinking that, hey, even Omega is better than Zenith. Arch, you should a little bit wake up from your coma and or your delirium or whatever it is. Zenith is bloody good brand. Zenith has a huge history. Zenith was making movements for Rolex, and they are pretty good at movements. They were supplier for many brands, and they simply have a huge history. So if you want to compare Omega and Zenith, no, there is no comparison between these, okay? Now, getting to this piece, maybe some short history about the El Primero. El Primero is pretty famous movement, and it's a high beat movement. That means it is beating on a 36,000 beats per hour. Normally ETA movements, or I don't know, also other in-house movements are beating on 28,800 beats per hour. So this is so-called a high beat movement. First they started El Primero making as chronographs, and that is also an El Primero is an icon. Sorry for my English, guys, if I screw up something. I'm not native speaker, so El Primero is an icon, and that's exactly because El Primero movement as a chronograph is very precise, and this precision is not coming from the time showing, but when you want to measure some period of a time using a chronograph, the advantage of having a high beat movement which moves 36,000 beats per hour is making precision, because if you divide the dial into more pieces, those are of course smaller than if you have more pieces for that division. So if you are measuring some time period and you stop that, this granularity of stopping, it's simply showing more precision than if you have a lower beat movement. So that's the reason why El Primero is very precise. And now, when they were making the El Primero, it was really famous. And then I saw some video with the latest Zenith CEO. I don't remember this guy's name, whatever. But he was saying basically that watches, three-hand watches, are the most sold watches in the world, because that guy, the reporter was asking him, why did you decide to make three hands movement or three hands high beat movement? So he was saying exactly like three hand movements are the most sold in the world, so that's why he decided to make also smaller watches without a chronograph as a high beat. This is Synopsis is, I would say, second generation of a small non-chronograph watch. Before they were making Espada. You can see that somewhere on the internet. Espada was the same size, same case, but it was a three-hands watch. So it was having a central second. So central second, high beat, white or black dial, and it was called Espada. Now they later, and I don't know when it was, I think 2012 or 2014, I'm not sure, so check it on the internet, guys. They decided to discontinue Espada and started making Synopsis. And I think this is, I really love this watch. If you, especially I'm really into open heart watches. I like to see simply the movement. That is something amazing. So this is a second generation of non-chronograph high beat movement or watch from Zenith, and it, of course, as you can see, it has the open heart. That is what is really beautiful on this watch. Espada, the previous generation, was having also a date complication, so you had a date in there. You don't have a date in this one, obviously. I think the reason is simply the open heart. When you have the open heart, it's not possible to having the ring with the dates around, because it would somehow screw up the view in there. So yeah, this is how they started making the Espada, and I think it's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, it's not nice. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Now, why I decided to buy this is, honestly, I'm really unhappy with current markets. The sizes of the watch is, I don't know, it's simply too big. I bought Omega Aquaterra 8500 movement, and the dial of that one is 41.5 millimeters, which is simply too much for me, I think. I'm sure. And there is not that much watches on the market which would suit me and match my size of the wrist as 40 millimeters. Most of the suppliers of the watches are making today 42 millimeters, 41 millimeters without some bezel or anything around, and that's simply too big for me. So there is not much options, considering that I wanted a 40 millimeters watch, and I always liked Zenith. They really make absolutely beautiful watches. All the details around that is amazing. So this is why I decided, or one of the things why I decided for the Synopsis. It's 40 millimeters dial. Then next, I really like black dials, so I decided to go with the black dial. They also are making it with a white dial. I think white dial with silver color markers, hour markers and hands, and also white one with gold indexes and hands. The white one is also nice, but I never was into white dial watches. I don't know why. All of my watches are, no, not all, except one. All of my watches have black dial. I simply like it somehow. Okay, so as I said, this watch, 40 millimeters diameter of a dial, open heart, where you can see, well, that's a balance wheel, and I don't know English terms for the rest of the pieces, but you can see that it's quite impressive seeing that movement work, isn't it? What is really nice on this is, I don't know if you can see it there somehow under some angle, that the screws of the border of the open heart are blue colored. Then some pieces inside, that one piece, the wheel is purple color, and everything is really nice when you look at the watch under some angle on the sun. It's really amazing. And actually, when I was showing anybody who saw this watch, say, hey, that's a beautiful piece, and I have to say it really is. So getting to the facts about this watch, 40 millimeters, no date, it's just without date, open heart, very beautiful, and high beat. Now check the height of this watch. It's pretty thin, isn't it? When I consider, I don't know, Tag Heuer, which is okay, it's not the hard horology, but it's also not a piece of shit, as Archie likes to say. It's simply not. But their watches are quite heavy, and this is a very thin, okay, it's not super thin, but it's quite thin watch. Very nice. And it's very comfortable, and it's a very, very light. When I compare it to other pieces which I have, this is a super light watch, and it's still steeled. This is a stainless steel case, so quite impressive. Next thing, if you look at the bracelet is on the sides, it's polished. Middle part is also polished. Outer part of the bracelet is brushed, but you can see there is almost no space between the pieces. That is amazing. It looks really good on the hand. I will show you later. And what is also interesting about the bracelet is that each of these separate parts is, how to say that, screwable. So you can screw it out. So if one of the pieces gets damaged, you can simply change it for another piece. And that was quite a pain in the ass in the past, because these bracelets are pretty expensive. If you want to buy directly from Zenith, I don't know, it costs something like, I don't know, something around like $1,000 or something. It's really expensive. So I don't know how much, if you damage only one of the links, if what's the price of that to get that repaired. But in the past it was really bad. So now hopefully the options are better. Another thing about the bracelet, it's very light. It's very light. Also comparing to other watches, it's not that massive. It's slightly thinner than on the other watches, and it's very comfortable to wear. It's really light. So if you like light watches, then this is definitely one which you might consider. What I don't like about this bracelet is, and that's the price which you have to pay for having almost no spaces between the links, that you cannot simply turn it the other way. It's okay on this side, but this is everything how you can move it to the other side. And you might find it as that it's not a problem, but a little bit yes, because if you have if you transport it not like this, but you want simply put it in some pack like this, it's not that comfortable. I don't know, it's simply not that dynamic, I would say, as the other ones. Because if you give me a second, for example, okay, obviously my Seamaster, okay, it's much better. Yeah, you can move it also the other way. Okay, this is not also super, but let's try this one. Okay, so this is the Tag Heuer Grand Carrera, and this is what I like. It's simply you can move it whatever way you want, and nothing happens to that. So that's what I like. But yeah, okay. So it's the price. It's the price for having it without those spaces. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, a little bit. Now getting to the clasp, it's it works like this. So it's a so-called butterfly buckle. Is it? Hopefully. Okay, so yeah, double click, opens, and you close it like that. The quality of that, very good, very good. So it's nothing like not working or there would be any problems. No. It's absolutely perfect. Considering the clasp which I had on the Breitling, I paid for the bracelet on the Breitling like also over €1,080 or something like that. It's ridiculously pricey, but I bought it because I was thinking it really looks good on the watch. I don't have it here, so I can't show you. But the clasp in there, I was really thinking like, hey, isn't this a fake? And then I checked it with a couple of friends, and I went also to the shop to ask them like, hey, isn't this a fake? No, it's simply product. It was simply a product of Breitling, and the quality of that that was not 100%. That's not something which I would expect from a bracelet for $1,200. Okay, so how to show you? I don't know. So this is how the watch looks on the hand. It's yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. You can definitely wear it as a dress watch. It has very slightly sporty look, very slightly. But if you wear it as a dress watch, it's absolutely perfect. It's nothing like what would be in a contrast with your suit or anything like that. So yeah. In terms of precision, I can tell you this is the most precise watch I have. Most precise, absolutely on spot. Okay, absolutely. I mean, I'm not really measuring it on a seconds, but I did that, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and it is absolutely like super precise. Also, just maybe mentioning the crown. When you look at the crown, it's slightly shaped. It has also a mark of the Zenith. It's slightly shaped, so it's very comfortable to wind the watch. And what you realize when you wind this watch is the winding it is much more effective than other watches which have the ETA movement. So for example, so if you wind this one 20 times, I would say it's equal 40 times on the ETA based movements which I have. It's hard to describe. It's simply you would have to try that. Okay, so I think that's it. What else could I mention? I said it's beautiful. Everybody gives compliments to me, like, hey, this is a beautiful watch. High beat, in-house movement, El Primero, famous 40mm dial. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So I will see if Archie will publish this video. Hopefully yes. If not, Arch, I will find you in Australia. I will come there one day and hey. Okay, no, of course I'm kidding. Okay, so that's it. Later I will do also maybe other reviews about my collection, and yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Hopefully this brought you some more information about this piece, and yeah, if you have any questions on this watch, ask them under this video down in the comments. I'll try to answer them. If I don't, then I apologize. Hey, have a good day. Thanks for watching, and maybe see you next time. Bye.